You know, Lorena, one of the questions that comes up a lot is how we met. So I think we need to answer that in Q&A done our way. Oh my God, here we go. Was that really necessary?
Yes, that was last minute improv.
Okay, we'll run with that. We have a lot of people that ask us how we met. Obviously, we're in a little bit of the whole Beauty and the Beast scenario here. I will take the role of the Beast. I know you guys find that hard to believe, but I will. All right, we got these guys to stop construction for a little bit. We are out in front of the Jekyll Club Hotel here on Jekyll Island. So one of the things we always get asked is how we met. I used to be a golf professional. I would travel the country doing golf events for various corporations. And Lori was traveling as well?
At that time, I was dating somebody else. I was dating a musician. He was going to play in St. Louis, Missouri at the university there. Uh-oh.
We're going to get rained on.
At the university there. So I went there to meet him and just spend a weekend there, basically.
And I was traveling for golf. I had just come out of Miami. I was in St. Louis traveling for a golf event. And as I was checking into my hotel, there was a young lady there who was in a little bit distressed.
Beautiful demoiselle.
This damsel in distress.
That was me.
Trying to use a phone and to call long distance. And I don't think the hotel, the story has changed many times over the course of the years.
It's not changed. He has his version, I have my version. My version is that basically I was trying to call long distance. At that time, it's not like you will just pull out your smartphone and just call. At that time, it was just those like little rustic flip phones where they will charge long distances. And my boyfriend and their band have switched hotels while I was in flight to there. So by the time I arrived to the hotel, they weren't there anymore. And anyway, I was trying to use the phone and the hotel phone was broken. So I was talking to the front office. The front office couldn't understand me, couldn't help me, whatever. They didn't
I don't think it was broken. I didn't think they wanted you calling long distance on their phone.
No, there was a public phone.
Oh, the public phone was broken. Okay, cool.
Anyway,
continue.
I tried to make the phone call and they were not allowing me, and he was checking in.
And I heard that she needed to use a phone. I handed her my cell phone. She used my phone, handed it back, and we parted ways.
I was at the valet. I went to valet and asked for a taxi cab, and he went to his room, checked in, went to his room.
Showered, shaved, all that kind of stuff, and was getting ready to go out. When I went out to get my car from valet, she was still sitting out there. So I said, I asked her, are you okay? Everything good? And she said that she was waiting for a taxi. So I asked the guys, hey, what's going on with their taxi? And they said, yeah, it can take a while to get a taxi to this particular hotel. So I got my car from valet, offered to give Lorena a ride, told her I was going right past there anyways. And so she got in the car, which I told her isn't a good idea.
In my defense,
to get in the car with strangers.
Being from Mexico City and having the experience of knowing a lot about people, is like, I saw him and I was like, he looks harmless.
I look sweet and innocent. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer looked harmless.
So yeah, but it has been the only time and first and last time I have done that. But anyway.
I hope so. Yeah. Why would you get in a car with a stranger now with me?
Well, maybe both we did. I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe. I guess we get in a car with strangers all the time when we take Uber. But
yeah, sure. Anyway, it's like he took me to the hotel where we were going, and the nice person that he is, he's super nice always. He told me, you know what, it's like I'm already like late for my thing. It's like, if you want, drop off your stuff and I take you to, because that day was the concert. It's like, I take you to the venue. And
her boyfriend was playing that night, and I said, look, I'll take you wherever you had to go. We we got directions on how to get to the theater he was playing in, and they were incorrect.
Yeah, we got lost.
We got lost. We didn't get lost. We went to the place we were told. We were looking for the theater, and then we finally found someone from the university.
We got lost like for an hour and a half, like literally an hour and a half.
Well, we were looking for this theater all over the university. Then we finally found a security person who said, that isn't at this university. It's at a different university 10 miles away. So by that time we'd laughed and looked at houses and stuff like that. And I drove her to the other university where her boyfriend was actually playing. And we said goodbye.
We said goodbye.
We exchanged email addresses and said, hey, let's stay in touch.
Numbers, and at the very end, he gave me this big hug. And I was like, what a weirdo. Like, because we don't really do that.
I'm a hugger.
And he's like, so we just kind of like shake hands and goodbye, see ya. So it was not love at first sight, really.
Well, no, I was with my ex, you were with your ex, and we really didn't even see each other as someone to date or, you know, I mean, it's hard not to look at me and want to date me, but I mean...
Oh, come on. Who doesn't want to be with him?
But we really parted ways. We did stay in touch, but we parted ways not thinking anything...
Just as friends. Just
about
as we just acquaintances now.
Yeah, we were just friends. We were going to email back and forth. So I guess we've already talked about how we met.
Now, it's the second time we saw each other.
Yeah.
And we always call it...
Love at second sight.
Was at second sight.
Because we were just kind of buddies. We stayed in touch. We exchanged email addresses because I was traveling the U.S. doing the golf tournament things. Lori was traveling the U.S. visiting various locations. We just said, hey, where are you at this point? I'm in here, I'm in there. But it was just kind of like friends. We were both with other people at the time, and
it was like 1 year being back and forth, just like, hey, how are you? Where are you? And then just chat a little bit, and that was it. We would not hear from each other for a month or weeks, and then write each other again. So we were buddies, email buddies.
Then Lori was coming to the U.S., I think.
Yeah. I used to work for GE, so...
General Electric.
General Electric. So obviously to have a better job and all that, because in an American company, you need to be extremely fluent in English so you can interact and talk to everybody else, clients and all that. So what I did is I moved to California for 6 months to learn the language, like fluently. I already knew it back then because obviously we talked, we met each other, but very fluently. And on my way there, I stopped just a weekend in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
My boyfriend at the time and myself, actually, we were stopping there for like a weekend.
Like that was like your calling it quits weekend. Anyways.
Yeah, it was. It was like our last weekend together, and from there, separate way. I traveled to Las Vegas, touch base with him, say, hey, I'm gonna be in your area. You wanna catch up? And your mistake was to say...
Yeah, well, I said that I would meet you guys. I thought I was meeting her and her boyfriend for breakfast. Turned out that was a little too early for him.
No, it was 9 in the morning.
It was 9 in the morning, so it wasn't too bad. She said, hey, it's just going to be me. Is that all right? And I was like, yeah. By that time, my ex and I had already split, and, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, we were friends anyways. Like, we were just, like, catching up, like, as friends, and that's it.
I met her down at the Luxor, and we met on the bridge between the parking garage and the Luxor Hotel.
And at that point, everything was slow motion. At that point, it was love at second sight.
It went peaceful and quiet. Our eyes locked on the bridge. No, actually, we couldn't find each other. And I wound up finding her under the bridge.
Yeah, but that time
But that's when we really were like, holy smokes.
Yeah, and
there might be something there.
We went for breakfast.
It was supposed to be an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an hour and a half thing. And he returned me to the hotel like at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so breakfast ran about 4 hours, close even to 5 hours. We toured around, dropped her off, and she said she was moving to LA, and I said, that's cool, I'm in LA all the time, so let's stay in touch.
As a matter of fact, he was going the following weekend to LA with his, at that time, one of
my
his
best friends, Chris.
Because he had a girlfriend in LA, so he was gonna go and ask him to go with him.
I was gonna be a third wheel anyway.
But it was just so weird, now I think about it. But I was gonna be there too, so he asked me out. In a way, that was more like friendship.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want to hang out with us?
Yeah.
And so I went down to LA and we hung out. We did walked around Venice. We went to an amusement park, Santa Monica. We went to Knott's Berry Farm.
It was a weekend.
A few other things, just a weekend of having fun and doing some of this stuff, touristing around.
Yeah, it was a full weekend. I guess we considered that our first date because it had been already the click and slow motion the week before. So this was the kind of like us being like, can we hold hands, kind of thing?
Yeah.
I know, corny.
It was corny. After Lori moved to Los Angeles, we started really kind of seeing each other almost every weekend. Either I would drive down there or we'd have Lori fly into Las Vegas, depending on what I had for work and could get away. A lot of times at that time I was working weekends because we had a corporate event company that did events all the time.
Yeah, but we spent a lot of weekends together. It was
a lot of time.
Like abnormal. We will not spend weekends together. We will start spending every weekend together. Even if he was working, I will fly to Las Vegas and I will go and work with him because it was fun stuff anyways.
Yeah, we were seeing each other pretty much on a regular basis. I don't think we really discussed whether we were boyfriend or girlfriend or not, but
no, we never did. But we just started dating that way. Just like we enjoy our own company and we'll go to places together and
yeah, we hung out all the time. It was pretty cool.
Yep. So
that is really how we started dating, and then that's when another key point in the story took place.
Our first trip together.
All right, so the final part to our story, and I'm going to be squinting a little bit today. I forgot my sunglasses, but what are you going to do?
Can you guess where we are?
What a really cool place to finish this up, but Central Park. So the final part to our, I guess the start of our relationship was really the fact that we loved to travel together, and I was doing a golf event in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. And I thought, well, why not extend it a few days early, and Lori and I could do Disney World together.
And he also did it as like a gift for me because it was my birthday. So yeah, we did like a birthday thing before his work.
Yeah, and we went down there, had a great time in Disney World. We had a great event as far as I remember. And then when we were flying back, we both flew back together into Las Vegas, and then Lorena was flying back to her grandmother's house in Los Angeles, and that was it. We were gonna, plan our next date. But when we got to Las Vegas airport and had to put her on another plane, we had an extremely difficult time parting.
Yeah,
and that's when we knew.
Like literally, Paul had to leave me there, and he had to go home. It was Las Vegas. He didn't want to leave me just there, and I didn't want to go to LA or Orange County, because if you tell Orange County you're from LA, they're like, yeah. But it's when we felt that need of being together at that point.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was it. And Lorena was about to head back home to Mexico, and
yeah, that was in September though. And yeah, it's like my permit to be in the US was until December. That was it. And at that point, when we felt like we wanted to be together, is when Paul kind of was, oh, will you come and move with me? He's like,
yeah, let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot. Let's see if this works, because you will never really know a person until you live with that person.
But Lori, being of higher values than I am, said, no, that's not a good idea. Her mother, being of even higher values, thought that it was a horrible idea.
Well, she still didn't know at that point, he was proposing that, and it was until when I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm almost leaving the country, and I don't know if this will really work.
Right.
And it's when I say yes, it's like, I will move with you.
And I thought if I let her go now, then I'll, I may not, who knows, I may not never see her again.
My mom panicked.
Maybe she finds something better. Not likely, but it could happen.
Sure, no. It's the best. But my mom at that point panicked because I'm moving in with this guy that she doesn't even know. And yeah, it's like she just knows by name, and that's it. And her daughter is moving with this guy, this random stranger, pretty much. And anyway, it was a Halloween day that I moved in with him.
Yeah.
And anyway, at that point, we were still trying to figure out if we were good together. And it was towards December. That was like, okay, it's like my time is up. I'm good to go. It's like, and we can at that point we knew we belong with each other. And it's when he got proposed.
So yeah, I proposed, and we set a date for March. And I think you still had to go home, right? Yeah, you went home.
I still went home in December. That is when he went home with me to meet my mom, my sisters, and all that.
To get the once over,
The once over.
Get approval.
Yeah.
Approval from the family.
The approval wasn't there, but it's like my mom at that point. Poor my mom. It's like she put up with a lot, but
she did.
But yeah, he went to meet all my family, and at that point I got another permit. At that point, as a fiance, totally different permit.
Right.
And it took a little bit of time, but then I went back to Las Vegas, and we got married in March.
Yep.
So yeah, we started dating in July, and by next March we were married. Although we have met each other since
we'd known each other for a year and a half by that point. So it wasn't like it was we met in October, married a couple months later.
And
So
10 years later, here we are in Central Park, enjoying life, enjoying RV life,
yep.
and sharing our life with you guys.
Still traveling together after 10 years. It's awesome. She's still putting up with me, guys. Can you believe that? She's a saint.
I deserve a medal, yes. But you too. It's like I have my moments.
So that's the story. That's something that we've been asked quite a bit. That's it in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys didn't get too bored.
So I know there's something, guys, before we finish,
of course,
in your mind that you don't say, you don't really
everyone's
ask
trying to be polite. We've had a couple people that come right out and say.
We have people that we have met face to face and they come out directly and ask for it. But online, everybody's trying to be polite, and sometimes we like that.
And you're all wondering.
But we know you're wondering, and it's like, obviously there's an age difference.
Yes, Lori is much older than I am.
Yes.
Well, mentally anyways.
Yes.
And then I'm older than her in actual years.
Yes.
So it works out, really. It averages.
It works out, but we don't see it as
we do not focus on
difference.
That.
We don't see. I don't see Paul as his age. I just see Paul as the person I love, and that's it. I know. It's like I look younger than I am, actually. I think because everybody.
She's really old.
I'm not that really old, but anyway, I still get asked for my ID when I go to bars and stuff, and I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, there is an actual age. When we met, Lori was 24, I was 42. So there's an 18-year difference. So that's it. It's out in the open, so you guys can forget about that now. Let it go.
How old I am right now? Obviously, almost 35.
And I'm 50-something, 53 now. So yeah, still getting older. But we're getting older together, and that's what's important. We're seeing exciting places like New York City. We're meeting wonderful, wonderful people in our travels, and that's what's made all of this really, really cool. And now you know the rest of the story. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again in another one very, very soon. We'll have another Q&A. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but make sure you ask in questions, and we'll try to keep answering them.
Yeah, ask questions below the video.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for putting up with our story. Long story.
Okay, you guys can go back to doing whatever you were doing now. You don't have to be quiet anymore. You can go ahead and take out the trash, whatever they got to do. So many interruptions.
There has no
perfectly quiet, no noise, and then this guy has to fire up.
Up too. Love each other as we are. It's two people. We don't see it like he's this age, I'm this age.
People always interrupting our videos. That's awesome.
Wow.
So we went down to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.